Hello, my friends. What's up? This is your teacher, Leandro, and today we're gonna have something different. We're gonna have interdisciplinary English. So, we're not going to study vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and those kinds of stuff directly. The intention here is to learn English indirectly, right? Because we're gonna see something new, right? We're going to study philosophy, yeah. And through this, I want to show you that English is in everything, right? English surrounds you. So you don't need to study those boring grammar books all the time, right? Everything around you has English, right? Guys, as you know, I'm not a professional philosopher. So what I'm going to do is I will narrate almost verbatim what my favorite philosopher, Bernardo Kastrup, has said in one of his interviews here on YouTube. Bernardo Kastrup, people, is a great philosopher. He's the executive director of Essentia Foundation. His work has been leading the modern renaissance of metaphysical idealism, the notion that reality is essentially mental. When I say essentially mental, I'm not saying that the world, the universe is made only of your mind, only of my mind, but what I'm saying here is that the universe is made up of universal, impersonal consciousness, right? That thing that has experience, right? This is the only thing we can directly recognize in our lives, that we exist, that it is something that it is like to be us, right? And what Bernardo says, what Bernardo defends brilliantly is the idea that everything is one. This guy, my friends, he has 2 PhDs, one in philosophy of mind, and another one in computer engineering. Right. His English is so easy to understand. I'm going to attach the links here to his website and to his YouTube channel. Go and check it out, my friend. You're going to learn many things that might change the way you see the world, the way you see reality. Okay, so let's go to what he says, okay? So this is what Bernardo Kastrup said in the interview, all right? So, a brain is a system composed of atoms. The same atoms that compose rocks, stars, moons, and planets, and any other inanimate object. Say, a crystal. A crystal can also be composed of carbon atoms, which also exist in my brain under a different arrangement, a different structure. So, in principle, we cannot fundamentally differentiate a living biological brain from a crystal, insofar as both are arrangements of the same types of atoms. So, unless we can determine that conscious experience arises from specific arrangements of atoms, from a specific architecture that is embodied in a brain and is not embodied in a crystal, we must consider the possibility that not only brains, but any material system, because all of them are made of atoms, have an inner aspect as well. In the same way that there is something it is like to be a brain, that is something it is like to be the entire universe. We do not know how specific structures of allegedly unconscious matter could give rise to conscious experience. Guys, there is nobody, no scientist, no philosopher that has ever proved that brain generates consciousness, right? Chemical processes cannot give something of an entirely different nature, which is experience, right? Okay, let's continue. So, we must grant consciousness the internal aspect of the universe as a whole, right? Um, if that is the case, then that is something it is like to be the universe. The universe as a whole has an inner life, an inner experience. And the universe we see, measure, the planets, the moons, the stars, the galaxies, galaxy clusters, and so on, that's the image of a sort of cosmic nervous system, in exactly the same way that a human brain is the image of a person's inner life. That nervous system that a human brain consists of is the external aspect, like another camera angle of a person's subjective inner life. Right. And since the brain is just an arrangement of material particles like the rest of the universe, what Bernardo says, my friends, is that the universe as a whole is also a nervous system. It is the external aspect of another camera angle of a cosmic inner life, right? It's the cosmic stream of subjective experiences that we might call God's dream. So, when we look at the stars and galaxies, the hypothesis here is that we are just seeing a segment of God's brain, an external view of God's inner life. As a matter of fact, there has been some computer modeling of the structure of the universe at the largest scales. It's something that we cannot see directly because we are within a small segment of the universe. But we can calculate in a supercomputer, for example, and see how the distribution of galaxies, galaxy clusters, and dark matter, how they connect them all together, how it looks like a brain, right? Can you see this picture here? Right. So the left side is a brain cell. The right side is the universe at the largest scales. Wow. So the universe seems to be interconnected like neurons, forming clusters with the synapses connecting them. The patterns are exactly the same. Bernardo says that the New York Times published photos with comparisons showing in one side neurons and on the other side the structure of the universe, like the picture that you can see here, right? The image is very similar. Of course, people, visual similarities can be misleading, but there has also been some very detailed mathematical study. This mathematical study was made in the University of California in San Diego, and it has shown that it's not only a visual comparison. The level of distribution of structures and interconnections of the universe at the largest scales does really resemble a nervous system. Apparently, there are unknown laws that lead to this. And scientists still can't explain this because nothing that is known in physics requires the universe to be like this. Bernardo himself would say that the universe looks like a brain because it is exactly what the universe is, right? According to Bernardo Kastrup, the universe is a brain, the external aspect of a cosmic inner life, of a cosmic consciousness. Very beautiful, isn't it? Guys, thank you very much.